waiting room, and so we thought it might be a little distracting for folks. So we may ask him to jump in, but we'll try to stay on mute as much as possible. So great to see everyone. As you know, this is our monthly Earth Team Town Hall. Earth Team being a global frontline alliance of individuals and organizations united in our vision of a world reset with temperatures cooling, species and habitats recovering, and communities safe from outbreaks and thriving sustainably. So, as always, we usually kick these meetings off with any updates from partners. So, we have a couple folks who are already lined up to speak, but if there's anybody who isn't already on the agenda, wanted to say a couple words about their recent work, now would be the time to let us know. If you want to just raise your hand or just start speaking. Anybody? No? Okay. Well, let me know if something comes up later on that you want to add something. So let's see here. Niall has not joined yet. He'll be a little late, so we'll move on to the next thing. As many of you know, several of us in this alliance have been working together over the last few months with Dan Stiles, who is with us today, to put together a report on online wildlife trafficking that is being permitted, if not even encouraged, by the platforms owned by Meta, particularly Facebook. That report was issued on Monday. We've gotten a lot of favorable press and interest from many interested parties. And so we'd like to ask Dan if Dan Stiles, if you could give us a little brief update on what's going on or a little background on this report. So, Dan, about 5 minutes if possible. I'll turn it over to you.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks, Bruce. I can't really say much in 5 minutes about this report. I've been monitoring Meta platform since 2015. So I've seen a lot of evolution there. But before working on this report, I never actually realized the scale of the illegal wildlife trade that's going on Meta, because this is the deepest dive I've ever taken into it up to now. And it's been very eye-opening, even for myself, who is quite a seasoned illegal wildlife trade investigator. What Meta has done is almost beyond belief. They are probably the single biggest marketplace for illegal wildlife anywhere in the world, and probably that's ever existed in history. And they've done this using a variety of high-tech and even psychological types of interventions, attracting users to their platforms. And then once they have them there, working out a number of different ways of keeping them online and keeping eyes on those Meta platforms. And they've devised all kinds of ways of doing this. But basically, what they all depend on are the users creating the content. And what we have found is that they don't care what the content consists of. It could be illegal wildlife, could be child sexual exploitation, could be selling fentanyl. It doesn't matter. They don't care what it is. They allow it. And they will only take down posts when someone reports it and brings it up. They take very little action on their own with no stimulation. And this is what we're complaining about, that they have the tools. They have the tools, they have the technology. And now with AI, these tools are even more effective if they want to use them. They do use them for certain things. So you know that they have the tools. Try posting a naked woman on Facebook. It'll be down in seconds. Try saying certain words that have to do with terrorism. It'll be wiped out in seconds. So they do have red lines, but they don't involve anything that will keep users' eyes on their platform, because that's where they get the money. The more eyes that are using their platforms, the more advertising money they get from commercial advertisers. And for anyone who's been using Meta accounts over the years, I think you've all seen a vast increase in commercial ads and of unsolicited posts of accounts that are not your friends. You don't even know who they are. They just show up there because Meta's trying to get you interested. Do you want to follow this? Do you want to follow that? And this goes on relentlessly on the feeds, the Facebook and Instagram feeds. And plus their messenger messaging accounts like Facebook Messenger and WhatsApp, those are used for private communications that greatly facilitate the trading of illegal wildlife and all kinds of other illegal activity. So it's all bundled together in this really quite brilliant marketplace operation. So, I mean, that's all I can say about it now. Please read the report, and I think your eyes will be opened as well. So if anybody has any comments or questions, we don't really have much time because there's another presentation coming, the main presentation.
Right. And Kartika has posted a link to the report in the chat, so please feel free to follow up on that or just type in the title of the report, Clicks That Kill Meta's Algorithm of Extinction. That'll pull up the report. There have been also many press articles about it in the last 2 days. Dan did an outstanding job doing all the research and writing of this report. He had a lot of help on research as well from the other partner organizations, ENV Vietnam, of course, Freeland, and Liberia Chimpanzee Rescue. It's amazing. It's an amazing joint effort, hopefully getting a little traction here with the public and with decision makers to start putting some real pressure on Meta to change their ways. We know they can. It's just a question of whether they want to do it. We do have a little time if folks have any questions they'd like to pose to Dan. Does anybody have any questions they would like to ask at this time? Oh, Steve, yeah.
I just want to add, Bruce, that the coalition, the core coalition that backed this report and has been campaigning, does invite support from any partners who have legislative allies who would be interested to help co-sponsor a bill to amend an act behind which Meta and others have been hiding on this issue. So if you're interested, let us know. That is something that we're very, very interested in. We're working on now.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Should have said that. The legal landscape that protects or facilitates what Meta does is complex. It's quite fascinating. A lot of people looking at it these days. So happy to follow up with anybody who has any questions about that later. So again, thank you. Thanks, Dan. That was a fantastic report. And go read it. It's easy to read. It goes very fast and excellent illustrations. As Dan says, it'll really open up your eyes. So on other updates, Kartika, did you want to say anything about the progress on the app?
Yeah, so as we know that, the Earth Team app has been in development for a couple of months now, and as of now, we do have our minimum viable product, a usable app ready, not officially launched, but ready. So right now it supports that users can upload their solutions, their projects, or whatever work that they are doing that contributes to the mission of Earth Team onto the app, and then another types of users can also verify those projects and the impact that those projects are having, and then they can basically earn a utility-based Earth Team Star token. So as of now, we have all that ready and currently undergoing rigorous testing, which brings me to open this, which brings me to basically open up this opportunity for everyone on this call or for their peers that, we are ready to receive beta testers, where, users can upload whether their own projects and test and see, how it's coming, how it can be verified. Even for verifiers, the testers doesn't have to be just, the organizations or, solution owners. They can also be verifiers who want to test how the verification process works and then see, how you're receiving the stars and how it's appearing in your wallet, how it appears on the leaderboard. So all that is ready and it looks very promising. And yeah, we just want to test a bit more to see, whether, there are any small errors or loopholes or whether we can further improve it in any other way. But yeah, do let me know, or Steve know, or anyone on the Earth team, CU unit know, and then we'll be happy to have you in our testing team.
Fantastic. Kartika and other Freeland folks, and of course the team at Zinocast have put hundreds of hours, I think, into developing this app, and it really is an amazing achievement. So please let her know if you're able to help testing on the next stage, and we're hoping to get this launched very soon. Steve, did you want to add anything on that?
Just to let people know that one of the multiple functions of the token, the app is it's the platform to facilitate community, sharing what you're doing, learning, recruiting volunteers, even donors. But also, I would say one of the most important long-term things is we want the token to bridge frontline planet protectors with funding. So we want, these will be used as a badge, not just of honor, but of certification. It's not just you saying you did X, Y, Z. It's a whole community with a rigorous verification system, the kind that usually takes a long time and a lot of money to get, which is why the smaller frontline planet protectors are not getting some of those impact investment funds. So that's our long game here. That's where we're going. But in the meantime, this will serve all kinds of other monitoring and evaluation, education, and community purposes. I also just want to add that I've been going around the states. I'm on the way to Boston now. I appreciate it. I stopped down in Florida at Tampa, Big Cat Rescue. Sanctuary gave some great feedback on the app. They've been very helpful on this, on the Meta campaign. Shout out to Carol and Howard Baskin and their team. And now I'm going to go get feedback from some board members in Boston and Chicago. But yeah, like Kartika said, if you want to help beta test this, this is the time. We've got several months under our bubble before we go public to make sure this thing suits everybody's needs and is easy enough to handle. So please do sign up. And Eliza has been doing a great job verifying, including the next project you're going to be talking about here, Bruce, which I know we'll be happy to hear about in a second. Thank you.
All right, thanks. Yeah, it's a real breakthrough in being able to mobilize and encourage and verify action around the world. So this is a great step. Please help if you can. So, okay, well, with that, very excited to move to our featured speaker for today. Fredrick Okinda is the CEO of Komb Green Solutions. He's speaking to us today right from the front lines in Korogocho, Nairobi, if I got that right. Fred and his colleagues have exchanged their former lives of crime for one of greening and feeding the community that they grew up in. Crime is down, organic food and waste systems are in place, things are looking up for the community. What can we learn from their example, and how can we help? So with that, I'm very happy to turn it over to Fred. Please, the floor is yours.
Hi, everyone. Hello.
Hi, Fred.
I'm Fredrick Okinda, and the CEO of Komb Green Solutions. And as you can see, I have my chairman there and our communication team, Christopher. Maybe I can just start by giving you a brief history for Komb Green Solutions. Komb Green Solution is a community-based organization which was formed early 2017, and it was formed by the youths who are involved in criminal activities and also the ladies who used to be sex workers. But in Korogocho, we have 9 villages, but we have the first village here, Korogocho A village, whereby the crime rate was high, but we see many youths being killed, losing their life through criminal activities. That's why we came together by the remaining youths, we started engaging the community on how we can do something positive to give back to the community. As you can see, from 2010 to 2018, we lost like 50 youths only in this village, Korogocho A village. But after seeing all those happenings, we came together and we decided to engage the authorities, the community, to give us a second chance to reform, because everybody which we are engaging with, they already decided to reform on their own. Nobody was forced to reform. That's why where I'm standing right here now, it's along the Nairobi River. And this place was once a dump site and a hiding place for those criminal youths. And after bringing them together, we decided to remove the garbages, which was here for almost 40 years. We were born and we get the garbage was still here. So we decided to transform this place, turn it into green space, and also where our kids, the upcoming youths, can come together and have a space, safe place for them to play, and also for the community to come and engage, relax, and also hold their activities like community engagement, chamas. Yeah. After transforming this place, where we started after removing the garbages, we started by constructing these gabions, planting these bamboos, planting the trees, the flowers, and also the grass. And also we created a very smart pavement way, which was here. But unfortunately, this when the floods come, our park was really affected, which was everything we planted was swept away. And but right now, after this engagement with the community, after transforming this place, the crime rate in Korogocho really reduced in a bigger percentage. And you see why we planted these bamboos along the river, because our main activities as Komb Green was to restore the polluted Nairobi River, where this bamboo really helped on purifying the water, the polluted water, and also it's good providing oxygen to the people living along the community. So after that, the ladies who used to be sex workers, we partnered with an NGO called Build Her, where we were mobilizing the ladies, and we take them to the organization, which they are being trained on carpentry and joinery and interior design. So here you see now, right now, after the demolition of the riparian land, where after the floodings, the Kenyan government only give the people, the families who are living along the river riparian, only 24 hours notice to evacuate, to pave way for, so they can be moved on higher spaces like the other side of the community. And most of the properties of those people who are living here, most of their properties were damaged. Some were stolen, and some of them were taken by people who are trying to help, but they are not helping. So after all these activities along the riparian, now our activities mostly were mainly affected, which our chairman will explain more on our activities. As you can see, while we are doing the river cleanups, this is the community Jiko. You can see the waste we are harvesting from the river. We were drying them here. So we use them as the source of energy. The community Jiko, the mainly purpose was to bake the cakes. The cakes were mainly for the kids because every Saturday we normally do the feeding program for the vulnerable kids and vulnerable families in our communities. So right now, as you can see, after the demolitions, the government come on board and start doing the Nairobi River Generation project. And right now, as you can see, I have my chairman here, Mr. Faris. He can explain more on our activities which we are undertaking as Komb Green Solution.
Hi everyone, my name is Faris Kahuha, the chairman and the founder Komb Green Solution. And the main activities in the Komb Green Solution, we have the hydroponic system. Hydroponic system is the farming without soil, and also we have the urban farming. As you can see there, they were having the urban farming. We do the feeding program to the community, and also we have a community library. We have a hall there, and it's like some books and some items, because in our village we have many kids that we normally do for them the feeding program, because in our village there is malnutritional diseases. For us, we produce the feeding program on Wednesday and Saturday. We will not manage to give the whole meal because we have the small amount of money. We could have managed to give them the whole week, but due to some of the challenges, we could not have given them. We see it is very important to introduce the kind of the urban farming within the community so that we can reduce the risk of malnutritional diseases, so that the people can able to trace the food that they are eating within their farm, and they can eat the healthy food and other fruits. And also we engage the community through the cleanups. We sensitize on how they can do away with the waste. And we introduce the black soldier flies. We also do the poultry keeping and chicken farming. So the BSF is the organic waste from the household. We give them to the BSF, and BSF they produce the high nutritious animal feeds, and we feed them to the pigs. And also, as you can see, most of the projects were distracted. As you can see, this is the sewer line, and we have done the 5-year strategic plan. And our strategic plan was saying that in Korogocho there was not having a sewer line, and for now they have installed the sewer line within the Korogocho. And our aim was to replicate and to keep to rehabilitate the Nairobi River to be clean. As you can see, the Nairobi River is not in a good state. The people used to dump. When we have this sewer line, it will help the community not to dump into the river. Even we have rehabilitated 2 kilometers. We have planted the trees and we have put the gabions. And also our dream, we as a Komb Green Solution, we want to build a school of environment so that the people can easily know the importance of maintaining the environment. And also the ladies we have within our groups, they have undertaken the course of carpentry and joinery, painting and decoration, and also some of them, they are doing the plumbing. And they want to set up a workshop to build their products from the Korogocho. And that organization, through the builder, it has given those ladies skills. When they get those machines, they can able to produce their own workshop and produce the goods like the office furnitures. They can able to sell as income generating activity. Also, to my chairman of railroad spoken very well on our activities, but mainly our activities was mainly along the river riparian. But as you can see, the ongoing Nairobi River Regeneration Project, our activities, we were forced to relocate them away from the riparian land. But we hope after the completion of this project, the sewer line project, we are going to relocate them here. This park was green. Our hydroponics was here. So after the project is being finished, we want to restart again. And we welcome any wishers, any well wishers, any good friends from our team. We welcome you all. Thank you so much. And also they can able to capacity build us to give us the trainings and also to keep us with some of the skills and also the exchange programs. Because many youths have come to learn into our area, they want to replicate into their area. The youth that we have mentored, they are infinity in numbers because we have mentored many youths within the Nairobi, and the rate of crime within the Nairobi through our work and cooperation with the police and administration, the rate of crime within Nairobi and Korogocho has really reduced by 82.5%. Also, to add on that, we are now heading to the election year, which will be held next year. So the politicians will come. As Komb Green, we don't involve in such politics, but sorry. But the politician will come and they know where the community and the youths who have been reformed are living along the river here. So they will come, they will give people money, but we don't want politicians' money because when he gave you like 500 Kenya shillings, it's like every year he's giving you 100 Kenya shillings. So we just want to concentrate with our activities when this project is completed. And as I already said, we welcome you all, the Earth team. If any support can come, we will really appreciate. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, and welcome to Korogocho. And feel free to search on the Facebook, Twitter at Komb Green Solution to see our project that we are doing within the community. Because our aim is to change the community and the perspective of the youths within the area and within the Nairobi. We say thank you and may God bless you. Have a wonderful time.
Thank you, Fred and Ferris. That is just inspiring. That's fantastic. Let me give Steve a chance to comment since I know he's got to get on his plane in a minute.
Yeah, thanks. I'll be brief, Bruce, and thanks, Fred and Chairman. So we went down and visited Fred and the team several times, and some of our people are there now. Thanks to Peter and Goha, we heard about Komb Green Solutions, and it just sounded like a potential planetary health solution. So we went and checked it out, and sure enough, like he said, they're doing everything. They're like mitigating climate change, greening the area, and they're also improving the community livelihood. They're cleaning up the river, so they're doing really focused on riparian lessons learned and reducing crime. So I think we've often in our Earth team thought about, rural areas, protected areas, border areas. We're always thinking about nature. I think we need to also remember about cities because they can also be the source of good or bad things when it comes to planet protection. And just these guys, they're operating in a highly neglected area inside Nairobi. And they've attracted the attention, like they said, they're not getting political, but they have attracted the attention of the most senior people in that country who've gone down and started building a proper sewer system. So I think they've leveraged from taking the lead, they've leveraged institutional support. Good job, everyone. And thanks. Back over to you, Bruce.
All right. Thank you. One thing I just love about this project and the way you guys have presented it is how all these different elements work together. It's impossible to tackle one problem in isolation. Each thing you've done seems to have contributed to the success of the other parts of the project, and the overall results are much bigger than any individual effort could have done by itself. So I really salute you for the approach you've taken and being willing to tackle all of this together. So with that, I am very happy to take questions. I see one in the chat already from Fred Sullivan asking if you have a website that we could visit, and do you have a primary contact? So ask Fred or any of the Freeland folks if there's anything you can, any answers you have to that question.
So for now, we don't have the website. We were finding someone who can just build for us website. And what we use is the social media. We have the email of the group, and also we have the contact person, me as the chairman, and also there is a Fredrick Okinda, and we have the Twitter account, Facebook account, and Instagram account. But for the website, we have not developed the website.
Fantastic.
And also, you can just there's a link which Katika have already posted on there, so you can just go through because we prepared a photo slide. If Katika can just present them, it will be great.
Great. Yes. And I see that Kartika has indeed posted the Instagram link. So sorry, I didn't catch that before, Fred. All right. Any other questions? Well, I don't see any hands up yet. While we're waiting, could I ask Fred if you guys could address a little bit? I mean, there were so many challenges you had to overcome to put this thing together. What would you describe as kind of the biggest unexpected challenge that you had to face as you were trying to pull the different parts of this project together?
You see, our project is located at Korogocho informal settlement. But when we were started, we were facing so many challenges. First challenge was some members of the community were not happy with the project because we recently reformed from crime, and at the same time we wanted to transform this place. So they were thinking that when given a chance, we are going to grab the land and sell to the land grabbers. But unfortunately, our plan was to see how our community can change, which now, through this project, they are seeing fruits of our job. So the other challenges was, there was a time when the president, because we have already hosted president like 3 times in Korogocho. The first, as you can see, the Nairobi Rivers Commission, this is an organization which have been given the mandate to oversee all the project along the river riparian. But when the president visited, some of members of the community mobilized to come and attack our offices, which they stole some of our equipments, e.g., laptops, the printing machines, photocopier machines, the televisions we installed for the kids. Because right around this time around, there is a curriculum, the CBC curriculum, where kids came and learn. So some of the community members, they don't have such televisions in their homes. So we installed the television for the kids. But for them, when they are given some homeworks, they just come to our offices and they do their homeworks there. But unfortunately, the officers' equipments were stolen. Well, they're all stolen. And when Steve and the team came to visit Korogocho in our office, they can assure you we don't have anything in our offices. The laptops, even the projector, when he came, we requested for such items so we can help the kids to get better education.
Wow, that is incredible. Yeah, so definitely
Yeah.
anyone
Also,
who can
another
support.
challenge, another challenge is when we were having some meetings with other youths. We have some challenges on on how we can hold meetings. So we were just requesting any help on how we can do exchange programs, yeah, and also mentoring the other youths, because we don't want any youth to go back where we were before, because we have seen so many deaths in our community. Yes.
What about the local authorities in the area? Are they now more supportive? Have they been able to provide any assistance, or are they still kind of taking a hands-off approach to the area?
So the authorities right now, the authorities, sometimes they give us the upper hand, because when you see at the bridge there, it was really a hotspot area where so many people have been mugged. Some of them were killed there. So the authorities, when we set up this park here, they left security for us because they trust us. We report to them if any challenge of insecurity. But most of insecurity in this area, we normally manage on our own before we call the police.
Wow.
And also the collaboration with us with the police. We by the police, I have told you, we have managed to reduce the rate of crime within Korogocho by 82%. And also they have entrusted us with even the university interns and also the German interns. They have come to learn in our area. The German interns, they come here, they were military German interns. There were 6 of them. They come here like 6 months to do the job that we are doing. The university students were like 500 from KU, Nairobi University. They were coming here to see the work that we are doing so that they can do it practically within the area. As you can see, those are some of the achievements that we have been able to do. Even we have the football team. It is called the Football for Plastic, to bring the youth together who are in those crimes. So for now, we have managed to come up with a football team. It is called the Madare River FC. And also we intend to build the Nairobi River FC. We want to have 2 teams because we have the Nairobi River and Madare River. We want to combine them to be one family. And also we have created a network of youth within the Nairobi. And the youths, I've told you, is the uncountable. It is infinity in number. We cannot count the youth that we have mentored within this field of the environment and transforming the places within the Nairobi.
That's fantastic. Yeah. And it's great to see that other people are picking up on your example and coming to take a closer look. I hope that you'll soon see sister projects popping up in other places as well to try to take your example. But they'll need a lot of dedication that you guys have put in so much work into this that they'll need to try to match that if they're going to be successful. Do we have other questions out there? Steve, did you have another question? I see your hand is still up.
Yeah, I'm going to add a couple things, just an emphasis. So, first of all, some of you know that there's a fairly high rate of crime in Nairobi. Where these guys are operating, is like almost an epicenter of that crime. So it's like, it's tough. They know all about that. So the challenges they've been up against have been enormous. And the fact that I wish we could see the before and after picture of what this place looked like even a few years ago. Absolutely desolate, no green, trash everywhere. It's not perfect now, but they've done an enormous, they made a big change. And I'm sure some of you can relate, like that kind of situation, a slum area near important river systems exist in all kinds of places in the world. So I think what they're doing is a good solution. It's a good model, and that's why we've uploaded it. Eliza Lorene has been down there with the app, trying to gauge what has been the impact. We invite other people, maybe some climate change experts on here, to also join in the verification to give us your opinions on this project. And there you go. Sorry, I'm just getting on a plane. And but also, but one of the things, like, they need help still filling the gap, especially with the kids. Costs $250 a year to put their kids through school. They still don't have the cash for that. They're feeding their community, educating them is another thing. So we've already, to show a good faith under the Earth team and token system, that we've verified they're doing good work. That's clear. We've donated some books if they didn't have any of those. But I would encourage Peter and Goha or Liza Lorene, please give us your perspectives also on what you've seen there. Peter or Liza?
Yes, I think the Komb Green organization is a really good organization. What they're doing is very world changing. They're trying to make it a better place. And the fact that they're also trying to encourage other youths to do better and be better is also very nice. Yeah, I think that's all I have.
Peter, you want to jump in?
Yes, I could say also something, Steve. Actually, before I even proposed Comp Green to Earth Team, I had seen what a transformation this was. And just as rightfully you said, that the place was a lot of garbage, everywhere dumping and everything. The transformation that they did to this place was really amazing. And maybe they have not even stated the impact that they've had, including the girls, the children they've trained, the households that have benefited from this project. It is something worth to emulate, and it is actually from this project that many other sectors of the Nairobi River have also copied from the projects that Comb Green started. So I really say this is one of the most amazing projects that we can actually work together with. Thank you, Steve.
Fantastic. Excellent. Do we have any other questions? Yes, Sumanta.
Yes. Yeah. So I'm the part of the Zinocast team, and I'm currently in Nairobi, working with Steve. So I had a chance to visit the Comb Green people, and I was like very impressed with what's happening, and like the whole thing about the something negative turning into something positive, and I just want to help them along, like continue on that thing. So we are from our team. I'd like to commit to they said that they're looking for people who want to make their website. So we want to do that pro bono for them at least like for the first year, and then we see maybe a simple page to start with, because I feel a website can have a lot more content than like social media things can have, like text content and what they're doing and things like that. So I feel like it's the least we can do from our side. So yeah, that's an offer. That's to Fred, and if they want to take on it, we can get in touch and can do that work. Yeah.
That's great. That would be really wonderful, and a way to really multiply the impact that they're having. Along those lines, I was also thinking, we've heard from so many creative folks in these Earth Team town halls who are taking examples of great work done around the world and turning them into shorts, documentaries, books, all kinds of other things. And it seems to me this would be a fantastic project for folks someone to take on and help popularize it and bring it to a bigger audience in a different way. So yeah, no, that's fantastic. Um, Fred, Mr. Chairman, are there any other things you would like to add to what we've seen before? Any other words for our group here?
Bruce, there's a question also in the chat.
Oh, very good. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. No, there's an important question in the chat from Adrian. Is there a security risk to the community? Is this self-enforcement? What incentives do community members have to interrupt environmental crime if it's their neighbors or family who are committing the crimes?
So for now, we are able to do the community policing with the police. We are able to talk to those youths who are still in crime. What we do the first aid within our group called the Komb Green Solution. We do the first aid to the youths. Even the youths who are from jail, we just take them to our area. And then there is opportunity. As you can see, there is a sewer line working here. There is a lot of opportunity. So we find the opportunity and we fix them in those construction works. So that's how we do. We collaborate with the police and also the community, and we have the community policing within our area. That's how our area of security works.
Fantastic. Any other questions? I see. There's a comment from Nigel saying that bamboo forests have been also tried in the Caribbean, but there they have been destroying ecosystems because they're almost impossible to remove. Are the bamboo along the river in Nairobi, are those native? Is that something that you're worried about? Any possible side effects from planting the bamboo?
Okay, on the bamboo side, this bamboo really help us a lot. First, as we go on with the river cleanups, it's help also to purify this polluted river, and also the bamboo, because you see, it helps also to hold the soil and to prevent more soil erosions or for damaging our park, and also in our community.
Yep. Brad, I think we've lost you. Yeah.
Yeah, Fred's disconnected.
Okay. Peter, are you still there?
I'm here. Let me see if the connection. There is no voice coming from your side.
Yeah.
Bruce, can I say something real quick?
Please.
On the bamboo. I think it depends whether it's native or not, but in either case, it'd be great to hear back from Nigel on that. This is a bear habitat. There's no other trees, and they've had flooding there, which has literally killed some people. So they were looking for something also that would mitigate the flooding. But I do think we need to talk about bamboo. It'd be great to hear back from Nigel on those points.
Yes.
Yeah, so the cycle repeats itself. So, and we've seen this happen. So their habitat, bamboo, vetiver, all of these, high water absorption, very rapid growth plants. And yes, for an emergency thing, they do stop soil erosion. They do clean the river. But if there's any option to at least integrate some native species or other high absorption, water reeds, grasses, things that have the same ecosystem function that are native. we tend to follow what's been done in the literature. But we definitely have to be aware of that mistake because, especially if it's vulgaris, what they do now is they create a fire-dependent ecosystem. So now, once they become established, the future risk is fire, further forest destruction. And yes, you have cleaned the river, but then you end up back in the same situation of a different set of pollution. And also, once the bamboo gets established, the tannins they create are really destructive to a lot of local species. So it is a monster if it gets established, and it is it's like trying to get rid of Godzilla. So just be aware of what you're going into. If there's any other option, even if you have to do a partial, mix it in with something else so that there's some mitigation to slow it. Because once the underground root system gets developed, backhoes, fires, explosives, you can't do anything about it. Yeah.
Yeah. So sounds like, if possible, a good approach would be to try to mix in
Yeah, yeah.
different plants as well.
Yeah. So,
Mhm.
it definitely is a quick industrial fix, but we've seen this happen too many times.
Mhm. Great, thanks.
Yeah.
All right, Fred, I think you're back with us. I don't know if you wanted to add anything to that.
As you can see, these bamboos, also through the trainings we have undertaken, we were told bamboos are not good along the river. And with the ongoing project, the expansion of the river also is coming soon, which these bamboos are going to be uprooted along the river. Yeah.
Got it. Yeah. Very good. Peter, did you want to add anything to that? No? Okay.
That's
good.
So
We're
for
good.
now,
Yes.
so I can add something. For now, we are able to, like when we are started, we have been able to recognized by the as an art champion in 2021, 2022 by an organization in UK called the Population Matters. Because when we were cleaning the Nairobi River, we were having some of the challenges. We are finding the aborted fetuses within the Nairobi River, and the Population Matters from the UK saw our work. They deal with the controlling the population within the community, and we were able to mobilize like 300 girls and 400 men, and we bring them together, tell them on how they can able to protect them. We give them the condoms. We tell them to use the contraceptive method, and also we draw the neural painting within the community. And the cases of the abortions, it's reduced in numbers. So for now, we are able to, they have able to get the knowledge through that of population matters and through our work that we were being able to do. And also we have gained 3 awards at the River Champions and the Changing Champion within the community. That is 2024 and 2023. And also the ladies that they have gained the skills, they are like 650 within the Korogocho area, and some of them have been able to transform their lives because they have get the placement jobs and they have been able to put the food in the table.
That's amazing. Yeah. This is incredible. I love the creativity that you guys have brought to this project, and being willing and to make all of these things, push them through, and as you say, make them concrete solutions. So this is fantastic. I think it's a real lesson for the rest of us, and we're looking at places all over the world, and we need to learn from your project and figure out how we can apply these to help communities elsewhere. So with that, last call for any questions. We're coming up on the end of the hour, so this will probably be a good point to stop. Thank you so much to Fred and to the entire team there for your input and for your, just being willing to share all of this with us. And hopefully we can help start spreading the word and getting some more support to help you in your activities. Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone else, for joining. I think so. Yeah. So I think with that, we'll wrap
Thank
it
you.
up for this month. Yes. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye.